Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You'll bow your heads. Heavenly Father, as we come to you tonight, Lord, we ask for your guidance in our decisions for the city of Barling. Thank you for allowing us to be here in a free country as we are. We ask that we represent the people here the best we can, Lord, with your guidance. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. All righty, welcome everybody. Let's do a roll call.
Aaron Rowe.
Here.
John Manus.
Here.
James Davis.
Here.
Marsha Parker.
Here.
Ken Colley.
Here.
Bill Young.
Here.
Ron Sharon.
Here.
All righty, if everybody's been able to look at the minutes from October 28th, we'd like a motion to approve those minutes as written.
Make that motion, Trent.
Second. All right, got a motion and a second. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Against by the same. All right, the ayes have it. Moving right along. Public input. It says agenda items only, but I think what we're going to do tonight, just a little bit variant. We're going to have, we got two speakers that'd like to come up, introduce themselves. And I believe they're both running for office. So if each one of you would come up and speak in the mic, I'd be more than happy to have you come up.
Ladies first. Hi, thank you all for giving me a little bit of time today. My name is Ashley Buckley, and I'm an attorney in Fort Smith. I grew up in this area, and I'm currently running for Circuit Court Judge of Sebastian County. I'm running for Division 5, which that position is partly criminal and partly civil. It hears felony criminal cases, and then civil cases that are any controversies are over 25,000. I've been a prosecutor for several years for Sebastian County. I did that shortly after I got out of law school, and then I went on to the feds and became an assistant U.S. attorney, and I did that here in the Western District. And I was based in Fort Smith, but we covered the whole western side of the state. So I was prosecuting cases from down to El Dorado up to Harrison, and I primarily worked in Project Safe Childhood, and so I focused on crimes against children. And that's really, I would say, the defining theme of my career has been to be a child advocate. I'm really passionate about just protecting children and abuse victims. And I was at the state prosecutor's office. I did mostly crimes against children there as well. Those were cases that I really prioritized, and that's what I did at the U.S. Attorney's Office. And then when we started a family, decided to go into private practice with my husband, and so I've been in civil private practice for about 10 years. But I have served as the interim city prosecutor for the city of Fort Smith, and so anytime there's a vacancy or there's a conflict or anything like that, I fill in for the city prosecutor. So I say I've been the triple crown of prosecutors. I've been city, state, and federal. And so but yeah, and my husband and I live in Bonanza, and we have 2 sons, and I've decided I'm running for circuit court judge. It's a nonpartisan election, and it's on March 3rd, and I would love to have your votes and your support. I did bring some materials to share with you all, and I know you have a busy agenda, so that way you can kind of learn a little more about me, and if anybody has any questions, I would be happy to answer any, and yeah.
2 questions. How long you been an attorney, and what does your husband do?
I've been an attorney going on 16 years.
Okay.
And then my husband is also a lawyer, and we met his last semester of law school, and we worked together, and we're still married. So we've been practicing together, and we do jury trials together, and it's just kind of become now our thing that we do besides just raising kids. So,
Okay.
yeah.
How old are your boys?
They're 9 and 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and we attend Immaculate Conception Church, and our boys, my oldest son goes to IC school.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions? No? We'd be more than happy
Okay.
to
Yeah, thank you so
get
much.
some of those brochures.
Yeah.
We wish you the best of luck in everything.
I also have my resume here because I feel like I'm applying for a job. So,
You are.
You are.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
you are.
Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate it. That sounds good.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Bowles, would you like to come up?
Thank you for your time. I'm Ricky Bowles. I'm currently the Chief Deputy Coroner in Sebastian County, and I'm running for the office of coroner. I've been serving the Sebastian County as a volunteer fire department firefighter for around 28 years. Started off in Bonanza, and now I'm on Sugarloaf Fire Department and been their fire chief for 8 years. Gave that position up when I became chief deputy coroner 2 years ago. And because that was just, I couldn't be in 12 places at one time. But anyway, I've been a first responder for about 16 years. I've been a deputy coroner for 8 years, 2 of that a chief deputy coroner. And I filled in for Kenny when he was in having his heart issues for 3 weeks while I worked for the county. And 1 week I put in, because the county only had one position full-time paid at that time, which was the coroner. And at this time, it was still thought of as a part-time position. Well, my first week, they asked me to keep track of my hours. I had 86 hours. Second week, I had 119 hours. The third week, I had 96 hours. And that helped them decide that they needed somebody to help the coroner. So that's how my job came about. And I do understand what this job entitles. I've put in the hours along with Kenny, and I have all of my training. I'm a medical legal certified death investigator, and I've got certification in child endangerment and the SUDI investigations, and also suicide death investigations and several others. But I have all of my training up to speed plus more. And I would appreciate your vote. And thank you for your time. Y'all have any questions?
Where do you live now?
I live in Hackett
Okay,
out at Sugarloaf.
okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Ricky. Ricky, Ashley, y'all don't have to stay for all the boring stuff. If y'all want to go ahead and go, you're good. So appreciate y'all coming out.
Thank you.
All righty. If nobody else from the public has anything to say or anything, we'll move right along. All right. Unfinished business, consideration of ordinance 524, changing the regular meeting schedule of the Board of Directors for December 2025. If I can find it here. And I believe the ordinance has got us scheduled for the 16th, and what was the other day, Mr. Steve? 9th and the 16th of, so it's, ordinance, can I get, I'm getting ahead of myself today. Can I get a motion to accept it on the first read?
I'll make that motion.
Got a motion, do I have a second? Got a second, roll call vote.
Aaron Rowe,
Yes.
John Manus,
Yes.
James Davis,
Yes.
Marsha Parker, Ken Collie,
Yes.
Bill Young,
Yes.
Ron Sharon.
Yes.
All right, ordinance number 524, an ordinance changing regular meeting schedule of the Board of Directors for December 2025. Be it ordained and enacted by the Board of Directors of the City of Barling, Arkansas as follows. Section 1, the Board of Directors desire to change the regular meeting schedule for December 23rd, 2025 to December 16th, 2025 in order to have a quorum of the members of the Board of Directors due to the holidays. Section 2, these changes in the meeting times and dates are necessary in order to conduct the business of the City of Barling, and therefore an emergency is hereby declared to exist such that this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, passed and approved this 12th day of November, 2025. Mayor Greg Murray, City Clerk Florine Brown. All righty. Can I get a motion to not have to read it 3 separate occasions?
Make a motion, we don't have to read it 3 separate times.
All right, do I have a second? Got a motion and a second. Roll call vote.
Aaron Rowe,
Yes.
John Manus.
Yes.
James Davis.
Yes.
Marsha Parker.
Yes.
Ken Collie.
Yes.
Bill Young.
Yes.
Ron Sharon.
Yes.
All right, and that one passes. And then, can we get a motion to approve ordinance number 524?
Move that we approve ordinance,
524.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call vote again.
Aaron Rowe,
Yes.
John Manus.
Yes.
James Davis.
Yes.
Marsha Parker.
Yes.
Ken Collie.
Yes.
Bill Young.
Yes.
Ron Sharon.
Yes.
And can we get a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
I'll make that motion.
Got a motion
I'll second it.
and got a second. Roll call vote. Motion was
Was it-
Ken, I believe, or
Marsha?
Yes.
Okay. Aaron Rowe,
Yes. Right here, whatever.
John Manus.
voted present.
John Manus.
Yes.
James Davis.
Yes.
Marsha Parker.
Yes.
Ken Collie.
Yes.
Bill Young.
Yes.
Ron Sharon.
Yes.
Yeah.
All righty, moving right along. Discussion of director input ideas. This is one of the things that we talked about at the last meeting. Kind of everybody come up with an idea for recommendations. Mr. Colley, he submitted his recommendations, and would you like to go through that list, Mr. Colley?
Sure,
I've got them right here
sure.
if you want.
Just some ideas that I thought about. I still think we need a city sign for the city of Barling when we come up down Highway 59, coming from Crawford County into Barling. Another idea, I think we need addresses on each of the houses or on the curb out front. For ambulances, fire, for whatever, I think that would be helpful. Third idea I had was recognizing Yard of the Month. If they have an outstanding landscape or whatever like that. During the holidays, I wouldn't, even just a letter from the mayor saying, outstanding job, thank you for this. Christmas decorations are up, so, you know, there's that. Item number 4, I said rewards for police officers and firemen for their years of service to the city of Barling. I think we need to recognize both our police officers and our firemen for their putting up with us this many years. Let's see. Also coming up with an idea, we've got, with ERC building the new subdivision out there, we're gonna have a very nice building permit fee. And we need to sort of think what we should do with that or whatever like that. I don't know, just sort of throwing it out. I think Barling ought to have an employee of the month, and possibly the reward might be a day off or some other idea. My final thing that come up with is, I think we ought to ask some of the high school students to attend some of our city council meetings. Get them up to speed to, you know, teach them a little bit about civics. I don't think they have that anymore. But all the kids are asked to do so many hours of community hours. I think this would be a good one to reach out to the high school students in the city of Barling and ask them to show up for a meeting and us recognize them and give them an hour credit or whatever like that for them attending our meeting. And that's all I had, Mayor. Thank you.
All right. I love the idea for the welcome signs in the Barling. I don't think
Yeah.
we should do it just on 59, but I think we got 3 other places we could do it at.
I think every one of those ideas is spot on.
Yeah.
I will try and take some pictures, being as in my profession, I visit about 5 or 6 or 10 cities a day. I will take pictures of what the other cities have done and provide those to you, sort of give you an idea of what we might do. Thank you.
Does anybody have any other ideas or embellish on what Ken has said?
You know, in reference to the high school students, you know, they're required to have 75 hours of volunteer time anymore to graduate. So I think what Ken said there would fit right along with that.
Anybody else have anything, any more discussion or
We need
anything?
to get some public transportation from Fort Smith out here. At least see if we can get the Fort Smith Transportation, make it one stop in the morning and an evening to help the residents out here to get to town, you know?
At least down to Walmart or
Yeah,
shopping
I mean,
center
you know,
or
just
something
someplace to get them from Barling to Fort Smith.
It's their
Yeah.
their buses though.
Good idea.
Kind of look into the cost of that, see if we could share something, do that. Is that what we're wanting to do?
We can check into it and see
Yeah.
what we can do, you know?
You might get with Fort Smith and see if there's something
Right,
that
you know.
we can make with them to have their transit buses coming through.
I mean, you know, once in the morning, you know, and once in the evening.
We
you
really
know?
need that,
I mean, that would
yeah.
be a,
We had that discussion several years back, and it died because they didn't have, or wouldn't have the time to come out here and make this pickup.
well, let's
But
try
my
it again.
Well, I understand, but my last point about where to pick up, where would you pick up?
Well, you could
location.
either
Bruce
pick up,
Terry's.
you could pick up Bruce Terry, you could pick up right here, in the parking lot of,
We've got the sidewalk,
One
we
in the
could,
middle of town, so.
yeah, I mean, you know, anywhere.
we got the sidewalk now, so we could designate a couple spots, you know?
I mean,
Think about it, think of the location, and we'll go from there.
Well,
we can do that.
we figure out a location later, let's figure out the first part is.
Can we
are
do
gonna
it?
be able to do it, or are we gonna be able to fund it, and is Fort Smith gonna be on board?
I'll have to talk to Ken about.
Yep. Okay.
All right, anybody have anything else?
More ideas?
More ideas?
Sure.
Yep.
Sure. Dog park. Number one there, I was out at the city park today. While I was out there just looking around at all the new stuff happening, there were 4 vehicles that came down there and 8 dogs that came out. And they were big dogs and they were just having a blast, but they were running all over the place and there were no leashes. And we clearly have it marked out there that if you're gonna have a dog in the park, it has to be on a leash. And I don't know how we're gonna enforce that, but a dog park would be great. That would, at least we could section off an area, people could take their animals out there. I don't know what kind of
how does that work, Megan, with
little,
parks?
how that would work, if that could even be a possibility or not, but it might
Dog parks down there.
solve a
I
problem.
mean, it's doable if we wanted to, I don't know if we, how much space we have left at our park for what's cleared, if we wanted to do some, I mean, we own other places in
Well,
town.
any place would be
Even,
great.
some of our land that used to be the skate park that's never used behind, Public Works or something, we have several properties that we kind of own that are vacant that we could look into. I don't think it takes, depends how deep, how in depth you wanna get with it, but just a
Right.
fenced in area and
We have a lot of people in our area that has a lot of dogs that stay inside. Some of them are small, some of them are big. I've got a 120-pound lab.
Yeah.
But when they closed down, or did away with the one down off Mazard Road because of we lost our place to take our dogs. That was one of them that I was interested in. I'd also like to see, with the holidays coming up, is a tree for the city. I think that would be something really cool to have, either right here, somewhere near, that people would see every day they drove through this place. And the larger, the better. I mean, we have a tree farm right down the road at Charleston, that I believe they're even doing Russells and Dardanelles this year. So we've got the ability to get one close. But we could add that to our parade night to make it last a little bit longer, do something like that ahead of time. Have some carolers out there, maybe if we could talk to some of the churches, make hot chocolate, make it into a community thing, or, you know, or something.
I've been busy with budget, but I have it on my agenda. We are adding this year before the parade. We had pictures with Santa last year, so we're gonna have a whole setup for that again. We're gonna have Mrs. Claus story time with Mrs. Claus, and then we're gonna have a hot chocolate bar. And it's all gonna be set up in the parking lot. It's City Hall. It's gonna, and a snow machine. Tommy has that. So it looks like it's
That's cheap.
snowing. Yeah, yeah, so it looks like it's snowing. And then, for sure, we can look at the tree thing. We have, I know the artificial ones, they're really large, are really, really expensive. We did the real ones. Public Works hates me. We did it, before. One time it fell in Fort Street, though, and blocked the highway.
Something else I think that would look nice for the city is on the light poles, the Christmas flags up, on every one of them. I know a lot of cities do that, and it really helps the looks of the city, when you drive through it. I think that's important. And, I know we used to do something like that, kind of went away, but I think that's something we should probably think about.
We don't own the poles, that's a big hickey. We had to get permission to put them on the poles, we had it on.
Get permission.
We did it once,
Yeah.
didn't we?
We
Yeah,
did
they
once,
get
it took 2 years to do it.
We were putting up spring and fall and everything.
Yeah, we had,
else
we
flags.
had the seasonal
It
flag.
just kinda ended.
Yeah, I think that we need to get back to that.
I've even looked into the possibility, if I had a perfect world, we would have those pretty lights like along our new sidewalk, and they would have banners or lights on them, all the way along Fort Street on our,
Yeah, I think
along our new
Charleston
sidewalk.
has got some of the old-fashioned lights with the
That's-
snowflakes. They're
Yeah,
very
we put
pretty.
those on that, and then we wouldn't have to deal, and I talked to Steve about that before, we wouldn't have to deal with perimeter snow money and,
Put them up somewhere.
yeah, yeah. Look into that, just have to follow through.
Okay.
One of the things that I talked to Chief about, and this is long-term down the road, it's not gonna be anytime soon, but I kinda would like something for like driver's education for this kids who are learning how to drive here, just for the city of Barling.
We do, we take
Because
them out
there's
there on
no-
the Portsmouth side of
Yeah,
Chattanooga.
yeah. But, you know, something like we could find a grant from someplace and actually have one of the officers teach a 2-week class where they take, this would help, if we can find a grant, actually pay for an officer to do that or
They'd love
something
to
like
drive
that.
around those police cars.
Yeah, we could do that, but something along that lines, that's one of my, still searching for grant money and that type of thing. So I thought that would be kinda neat, something for the kids in Barling to be able to have, since
Well, it gives the interaction with police officers.
Yeah.
Which is very important.
that, and they don't teach it in school anymore, so. Anybody else have any good ideas? All right, we'll move right along. Let's get into the 2026 operational budget discussion. We're all waiting for that.
Okay, I have 3 packets for 2026 for general fund, street and water. Really, tonight, we're just gonna be discussing the possibility of the cost of living increases. So I've updated some numbers, I've gotten some numbers from Municipal League for the operational budget, insurances and things. Each fund has a cover sheet that shows you, the left column is our receipts over expenditures now without a COLA at their current salary. And then I just did one figure this year, I just did the rate for Social Security, which is 2.8. I mean, I could figure whatever you all wanted, but I think giving the cost of everything, I mean, I know it's expensive to live for our employees, but the city is really taking a hit too. So I think, we've given some really hefty raises. I think if we just did the Social Security rate, we would, I mean, that would be perfectly acceptable for the year, so,
Well, I have a question for you, Megan.
yeah.
I understand our health insurance went up $200
Mhm.
person a month.
Yes,
That equals $79,200 a year,
yes.
in addition to what we already pay for health insurance. Now, my issue with this is, you can't afford to hire 2 more firemen to man the fire truck. Gotta look at our priorities here.
Yeah, I cut, we have for years now supplied the employees with a flex spin card. Back when we first went to Municipal League, it was $75 a month in flex spin the city contributed, and we did away with that this year it didn't take the whole brunt of the increase, but it did help with the increase. And then not every one of our employees take health insurance. Some of them are under 26 and they're on their parents. And then like Steve, he has like 5
He's
insurance.
uninsurable.
He has like 5 insurances. I don't know. He doesn't need ours. So, insurance it helped doing that. I mean, I hated for the employees to lose it, but it was way better than, losing an employee.
Just want to
So,
make sure everybody knows
yes,
what that increase really means.
for sure. It was a lot of sleepless nights of what I was gonna do about that increase this year. It hasn't increased in the past, and they took a big loss on us this year, so they,
So how are we
May not.
going to increase our revenue, to even stay where we're at today, with an increase of $79,200 thereabout?
well, taking away the flex spend did help, because $75 a month per employee that we're not contributing now. So that's a little under half of that.
put us about
And
50.
then, yeah, and then, sales tax, we've cut everywhere I could possibly cut in the future. It is going up some, but and I spoke with Tommy, we updated the fire department part-timers by, I tell you, 20,000 is what 15,000. We come up with a plan, for the ladder truck to be ran part-time temporarily. That'll also get them extra training, so they're aerial certified. Is that what it's called? Aerial certified? And that'll give them an incentive to do that, keep them part-time until we can come up with a full-time plan. I have started working on a 2, 5, and 10-year plan for us to discuss. It's a big project, but I've started working on that for the future as well. And then, like Ken said, building permits are going up. Hopefully, sales tax will be up some. That's,
Have we, what other options with health insurance companies? The group plan, have we looked at anything different?
yes. So, Municipal League was by far the better option. Blue Qual Choice came back, I'm trying to think, it was nearly double the price of what Municipal Health was charging us. And Blue Cross Blue Shield came back with they wouldn't give us a number, because of our loss ratio the current year, so they wouldn't even quote us. And, we saved a lot. Municipal League is way cheaper, which is how we were able to do the flex spend years ago, because back when that happened, we were able to give the flex spend to the employees, and then we still saved the city, I think $30,000 to $40,000 going to Municipal League. They just had a really rough year and took a big loss on a lot of health things this year, so they had to increase us, but it's still lower than the other options.
All our new buildings last year, if you start this year or next year, actually, property tax, real estate tax. Okay. Takes about 2 years.
Yeah, it's at least 2 years till you start receiving funds for it. So we would receive, next year we'll receive what was built in '24. Yeah, for property tax. Property tax has not went up, it has not went up nearly what I expected this year.
Well, I got a deal here. It says that they're reappraising all the Sebastian County. Went up like 60% on their reappraisals and stuff. So, that'll generate some money, hadn't it?
Yeah, I hope so. We haven't seen it. I've requested a breakdown from Sebastian County as well to try and explain why our buildings, we've built so much and we just haven't it hasn't went up nearly as what we expected. Building permits, us raising those rates for new homes has helped a lot. Like Kim has collected $23,000 today in building permits, so we got several in one day. And so that is helping. I mean, it just started. We have only received, how many permits? Maybe like 10 or less since we've raised the rates, but we received a lot today. And then, also I have a copy of Central City's check they paid in full. So Central City is paid up on their water bill as well.
So this 2.8 is gonna raise our payroll $60-some odd thousand.
Yeah,
I
about
see.
55, yes.
Yep.
And I mean, it's 100% up to you. We can do 1%, we can do none. I mean, I mean,
2.8.
I know we have to make cuts to grow, to, add new people, so I do understand. I just need an idea of where you all are leaning, so
I think
know what-
2.8 is fair, and I think we need to do it.
That's what Social Security done, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2.8.
Yeah,
Super price index is 2.8.
yes, yeah. If you all are good with that, then I will continue with those figures. Next time, we'll discuss the capital expenditure wants for the departments. And
Don't wanna go backwards. Stay where we're at, or I wanna go forward. I don't
of
step
course,
back.
yeah, no, I agree. Anything we can do to receive more revenue, I'm trying. If you all have more ideas or have more you want us to do, we will. And I do think we're gonna have to discuss an increase in water possibility next year, but on our water bill. I haven't sat down and got the exact idea, but I do think we are gonna have to increase a little bit, so,
Water,
yeah.
what was the deal this month? Everybody's water bill kind of like
We changed meters out.
do what now?
We changed meters out.
What does that have to do with the water bill going
They
up?
haven't worked.
$70 to $90
They haven't worked in over a year.
haven't worked.
Yeah, the batteries died on them, and that's the reason why we're changing the meters out.
So how'd you calculate billing?
They-
Paid the
they-
Yeah, there you
minimum
go.
bill.
You paid the minimum bill?
The minimum,
bill.
they've been
mean-
being billed.
I had bills $160 I can show you in the last year.
Then your meter was working.
You're special.
I don't think so. But anyway.
I'd like to see it. Fix it, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is, if you all are in agreement for the 2.8, I will move
Take a
forward
straw
with,
poll.
okay,
Yeah.
Yes,
move forward with that plan next board
2.8,
meeting.
good with everybody?
Yeah, good.
yes.
That's what
Yep. We'll do go with 2.8.
Okay, if you wanna go straight into my
Yeah,
monthly.
let's go into the financial report.
Okay. This is the report through September. And I have increased interest again. RVS is not letting us down. We're really, that was a good move to move to RVS Bank. Sebastian County taxes right where we guessed it. City, of course, is down from that first quarter. We won't receive the big franchise check till the end of the year, so that's normal. Building permits are already at 94%, and that was only through September, so that wasn't including our
Latest month.
23,000 today, or any that we've received in October. So, revenues. Revenues, everywhere's good. Step grant's behind, but that's not us, it's the state is behind on reimbursing that. I've been working on that with them. General fund expenditures. Everyone, not much has changed. Everyone's right where they should be. About 75 or below. I mean, police is at, I think about 78 for the total year. Public Works revenues and expenditures, everything is as it should be there as well. We just started receiving grant revenue, but it wasn't shown in September. It will be in October from the sidewalk grants for the street fund. I'm gonna have to raise interest in all of these funds, so that's a good problem. None of the expenses are above where they should be for September, so everybody's right on track. Anybody have any questions about the monthly report through September?
If there's no questions, you're good.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, Miss Megan. There's no new business, but Ron, is there something, I know you
Yeah.
talked to me earlier.
I'd like to make a motion while we're here tonight for the 3-day pay Christmas bonus we do every year. That's already been budgeted to the employees.
Got a motion for the
Second.
Got a second? All right, any discussion? Anybody wanna talk about that? Nope. Let's do a roll call vote.
Aaron Rowe,
Yes.
John Manus.
Yes.
James Davis.
Yes.
Marsha Parker.
Yes.
Ken Collie.
Yes.
Bill Young.
Yes.
Ron Sharum.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ron, for coming up, remembering to do that. All righty. Like I said, we have no new business. We did the financial, so Mr. Steve, you get to do your report now.
First off, for y'all that have been paying attention, Tommy and I have been hip deep in this deal about the consolidation of the dispatch, alerts, et cetera. Fort Smith has tabled a meeting. They didn't get started on that, and they have discovered that they don't have the money to pay for it either. The second thing is that, there's a meeting Friday hosted by the county judge, and of all the mayors and anybody else that shows up, it's down at the Greenwood Training Center for the street department down there on the old Highway 71. And, the judge is gonna attempt to explain where they are. Basically, the amount of money they want is beyond reach of anybody that I've talked to in any of the other governments. Bad part about it is when you add it all up, they've discovered something on the order of $14 million or plus or minus everything that they want, including the facility and the furnishings and the staffing. And then they came, and Tommy and I heard a discussion of which the annual fee that we're paid for the, I guess it's the telephone dispatch fee, is about 1.7 million or somewhere near, which is not enough to cover the operating cost. So the other thing is, if you've not paid attention, one of the Fort Smith directors came up with a comment, maybe they ought to settle building on Burrow Road, find another building, one of which the city already owns, and put up the antenna. There's a building right over here, it's got an antenna that's 90-some odd foot tall that's could be transplanted, or it's up for sale right now. But they also have to have it in by some quirk or whatever in Fort Smith. But the order was they had to have 5 supervisors and something like 16 dispatchers in this consolidated dispatch center. I'm kind of like one of y'all said to me, working fine what we had, why do we have to create new troubles? The thing is that the state legislature decided on this, and as one of the other finance directors of a neighboring town said, it's an unfunded mandate. And this unfunded mandate, I'm sure there's a tree out here in the back that's making money so we can pay for it. I don't. The other thing, that's quite bluntly, you can't afford it. You know, they only wanted, $90-some odd thousand up front. I have $90,000 in my pocket that I'll give them too. the next thing that goes on is, we're gonna have next week a meeting, over at the Peak Center with, one of the state highway commissioners. Local man's gonna talk to us about Frontier MPO. You remember I said something to you about, they were talking about a trail or a walkway out along to go out to the new interstate bridge. That's gonna be discussed. That's probably a dangerous item in itself, but, there are plans still afoot to put a sidewalk, and this is down 59 Highway to go out to the bridge. And they're talking about doing a trail out here on the east side of Chaffee, down where the new subdivisions are, and then go out according to sketches and go under around the abutment where the Lock and Dam Bridge takes off to link up. Well, that's stuff that they've got planned in the future, and you need to think about where you place that and how you place it. The other thing, and Ken's comment about the signs, yeah, but we gotta really be careful when we do it. Brian and I just ran into one today. You have to, anytime you have something out on the highway right of way or near the highway right of way, you gotta have it blessed by them. And so if we do a sign that's big enough to see, we're gonna have to get back from off the right of way, but it's gonna have to be a big vision. It won't be small. The other thing about not every street in town has a curb where you can mark it. It's been an ordinance for years to have markings on all the houses so that the EMS folks and the fire can find them. That's, the ones that don't have curbs, you're gonna have it on the mailbox or on the fascia of the house, big enough that it can be seen. It can't be 2-inch letters. It's gotta be where you have a 4 to 6-inch letter so that you can see it. Trim so that you don't have to get out with a searchlight to find it. That's a good, and it's been in, like I say, it's been an ordinance item, and probably when Pancho was on duty out here was one, and that, couple of things that hit on about the dog park. We ran into a snag on the dog park before, but having the dogs on the leash, if you see one that's not, well, we've had a couple of them that got kind of wild, and so we've run them down when we're out there and can get out there, but we have a lot of things to cover. That's not been the first one. The other is the driver education. Yeah, we have some empty roads and streets that are not highly trafficked. That would probably be a good idea to take the kids out there, and at least give them an introduction to driving and basic signals, what to do, because there's a lot of them that don't have a clue now. Almost every vehicle now is automatic transmission. For those of you like us that learned on standard transmission, unless you have an antique or a specialty hot rod, you really don't have a stick shift. The main thing is to get them there, and that's a good point. I will tell you that we have another meeting, and the Design Review Committee is gonna meet Monday out at, December 8th out at Chaffee. We're gonna be talking, about a couple of buildings they've got coming on. And I had a request for a meeting tomorrow, with a architect engineering firm about a selection for a site for, alternate site for Taco Bell. So we'll find out about that tomorrow.
What's the issue on that?
There was a severe misunderstanding amongst the builder and one of the owners and the proprietors.
So what's gonna be the outcome?
Well, we think we're gonna get it, but it may be on the other side of the road. And then, the only other thing I could think of is, someone here to talk about.
I had a citizen come up to me earlier this week, and he wanted to ask the board, he was going to attend, but I guess he wasn't able to today, but asked the board about a consideration of maybe implementing a noise ordinance.
Absolutely.
And, cause he was, he has a neighbor and this and that, likes to play loud music at all hours and not turn it off and, but
We
it'd
got
be
some,
something we could
we got some
look
businesses
into.
that doing that too.
Yeah. So it's something, you know, he wanted to bring to the board's attention, so
We don't have a new, ordinance on
we
in
have,
the books?
Just a state statute for disorderly conduct, but no specific ordinance in regards to that.
Let's fix that.
would y'all like to do that first of the year? Put it on
Bring
the
us
agenda
a
there?
couple of ideas. Let's see what
Okay.
you got.
And then the other thing, Matt, is, we've got a drainage easement deal to coordinate, and it's for the new subdivision that Pantera out there. There is a gas pipeline, and it's been there since Methuselah, and they have the rights, and we have, drainage is going through there. We end up with the ditch, this case, gonna be on the city, because it is a real live line and a real live drainage. It's not like one of the, we have subdivisions in town where the drainage ditches are the property owner's responsibility. This is not. The property owner himself can't get out on the pipeline. Matt, anything else?
Alrighty. Does anybody have any announcements or anything like that? Are we approaching the deadline for Christmas parade registration?
Yes, it's closed, I don't remember the final day, but,
Okay,
we just had someone sign up this week and still, so there's still time.
okay, so there's still time to sign up for the Christmas parade on, in the 13th of December, December 13th, 6 PM. So that's all I've got. Does anybody else have anything? Anybody from the public like to talk about anything? No? Mr. Ron, would you do the honors?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second? We have a second, folks. We are adjourned. Have a great day.
Yeah, I'm just trying
So we have a,
to piss him off. That's all.
we have a resolution for, fixing the